Hey guys, if you're considering making San Diego your home here in 2022, make sure you consider these 5 things first. Hey guys, Jesse Morrison here, and I protect families and their finances through the home sale process here in San Diego. If you'd like to see how we can add tens of thousands of dollars to your bottom line when it comes time to buy or sell your next home, please just visit our website using the link in the description below and apply now. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the cost of living here in San Diego. Most of the clients that I help relocate to San Diego have a little bit of a sticker shock, right? Unless they're coming from a place like New York or Sacramento or another very expensive, a more expensive place to live. A lot of times it takes a while to adjust to the prices here in San Diego. And the reason for that is because we get paid in sunshine dollars. And let me explain to you what that really means, okay? So a lot of my clients used to come in from like Boston. They were being relocated to take jobs at UCSD as physicians. And in Boston, you gotta have this big house because half the year is spent inside because the weather is so bad. It's cold, or it's just not conducive to playing outside or doing business outside. And here in San Diego, you are constantly outside. You're at the beaches, or you're doing outside meetings, or you're playing at the parks, whatever the case is. You don't have to feel confined but to the 4 walls of your home. So it might take a little bit of adjustment on your end as far as being okay with living in the confines of a smaller space than you're used to. But once you have done it for a little bit of time, you'll feel like you have plenty of freedom because you're not constantly stuck inside. All right, so the second thing I want to talk to you about is the lack of seasons here in San Diego. So we do have, the traditional spring followed by, summer, and then fall, and then winter. However, our seasons are so mild that it's hard to call them, winter or summer. We like to say that we have 70 degrees in the ocean all year round. Now that's not entirely true because it does get hotter or cooler depending on how far away you are from the ocean. But we don't have the snow. We don't have crazy rainy seasons and that kind of thing. And a lot of my friends and family or whatever, they miss those seasons. And so they'll want to relocate out of San Diego because they want to experience the recreational side of having snow on the ground. They miss having the rain because here it gets a little bit dry. The lack of rain causes us to be in droughts many times, or there's high fire hazards that go on, and there's rules that come into play because you're not allowed to water your front yard, or you're not allowed to go wash your car because we're missing the water. So there are some downsides to the lack of seasons, but for the most part, people love the lack of seasons because you have awesome weather year round, right? And if you want to experience snowboarding, if you want to, go play in the rain and have fall seasons, you can go visit family and friends, outside of San Diego for a couple of days and then come back to paradise. Number 3 is the age of homes. We consider a new home here in San Diego to be anything built after 2000. So as you know, we're already in 2022, so anything newer than 2000 could be up to 22 years old. And in most parts of the country, a 22-year-old home is getting to be, old. But here in San Diego, anything built in the 2000s is considered new. And anything that is in a newer community has this extra tax that you need to be aware of. And most people have never heard of it. It's called Mello-Roos. And what Mello-Roos is, it's a bond that new communities add onto your property taxes so that they can pay for, fire stations and public libraries and the roads and schools and all this stuff, right? And typically these bonds last for about 25 years. And once they're fully paid off, the bond goes away and that tax disappears, and your property expense or your monthly expenses go down. However, it's very important to note that if the bond is not paid in full within that 25-year expectancy or life expectancy, they can extend the bond until it is paid off. So keep that in mind when it comes time to budget for your monthly housing payment. Okay, so the 4th thing that you need to know when considering San Diego to be your home is the way cities grow is they typically expand, right? As more and more people want to live there, they move outwards. And once you get to a place where there's no more room for people to, or no more desire, I should say, for living too far away from the city, then the cities will typically contract. And as they're contracting to fulfill on the desire to buy, they go up. So that's why you're finding, that's why you'll typically see downtowns with sky rises, condominiums being built up. Well, here in San Diego, we have expanded beyond the boundaries already that is comfortable for people to want to live in, and we are coming back and we are contracting. And because of this, the city is rewarding people to have higher density units, or higher density in the land use code. And what this is doing is it's creating the movement upwards. We're seeing houses turn into duplexes. We're seeing duplexes turn into fourplexes. There are ADUs, which are called additional dwelling units. And what this is doing is two things. There's always a pro and there's always a con, right? So on the plus side of things, it allows for home buyers and investors to create a lot of equity. A lot of money is being made this way. So you can create an ADU within your property that you're either own or you're buying, convert a garage into an extra studio, rent that out. You can create a rental income that way. And by converting that garage into a studio, you also create a huge amount of equity in comparison to the cost to make that conversion. So there's lots of ways to make money this way and make homes more affordable this way. But on the bad side of things is it creates extra traffic. It creates more cars parking on the streets. What used to feel like a nice, quiet neighborhood becomes more trafficked, and it changes the feel of the neighborhood. Another pro to this change, though, is that as neighborhoods become more and more congested or popular, I should say, it brings in business, because where there's people, there's money to be made, and so you're going to start finding like a lot of the cool local neighborhood restaurants and shops and the things that drive people to want to live there or to go and visit. That's what you're going to start finding in these local neighborhoods where things become more condensed. So the fifth thing you need to know when you're considering San Diego is just how much of a difference one price can be from a house to the house on the other side of the street, depending on who has the view, which zip code do you line in on, what school district you are assigned to on which side of the street. There's all these little things that you may not know just looking on Zillow or Redfin or whatever, and you're like, why is this house has the same floor plan and looks like to be the same age and has the same size lot and all that good stuff? Why is it priced here and this house on the other side of the street is priced way up here? Well, it's because it probably has one of those characteristics. Okay, again, those are the 5 things you definitely need to know about when you are considering buying a home here in San Diego. Again, my name's Jesse Morrison. I help protect families and their finances through the home sale process here in San Diego. And if you would like to see how we can add tens of thousands of dollars to your bottom line when it comes time to either buy or sell your home here in San Diego, please visit my website, the link below in the description, and apply now. Thanks a lot, guys, and I look forward to helping.